Hello, everyone. It is BS Radar time. Hashtag BS Radar. I have got Fred from Finder.com, founder of Finder.com, founder.com. God, that's tough to say, founder and finder. Do you struggle with that, Fred?
I do.
Yeah. So Fred has got a real long and storied career, both in Australia and also in the US. For people who are just tuning in for the first time, basically what I do is I tap founders and leaders and I ask them if they're interviewing someone, what is their one hot tip for smelling out the BS from an interviewee? And Fred, we've just had a little chat now, and you've actually got more than one, but they all sound really cool. So do you want to sort of start us from that first one we mentioned and then take me through a couple more?
Yeah, so I think one of the things I try and look for in talent is a level of proactivity.
Yep.
And, I think you can ask someone, are you proactive? But I think the ultimate way is to test people. And all of my things are kind of little tests along the way. One of the things I basically do is I don't give people the interview address. So, I expect them to go into Google and figure out where the office is and turn up. And if they can't do that, then, if they're going to experience other problems, they're just going to have to ask you. And then you're going to be doing that all day.
Yeah.
It's pretty harsh. But, if you can't use the internet, then I don't know if you want to join an internet company.
Yep. Fair point.
Another one I've done in the past is when I've written job ads, I'll write the job ad and then you say, apply here. And then below it, I'll say, oh, by the way, if you want to skip the queue, just email me, I'm a rock star, in the subject line to fred@finder.com.
Yep.
And I just won't read the emails of any other application apart from the ones that actually get emailed to me. It basically proves whether or not you're, focused on attention to detail, completing tasks from start to finish. And those people who actually send those emails are great. Like, they're actually turn out to be amazing.
Yeah.
And they stick you, right? Because they've actually gone and read the entire job ad and the brief that you would give them. And then they're going to do the same thing when it comes to your the piece of work that you give them.
Yep. Plus, just on that, Fred, I reckon from a cultural fit, that's good. Like, if you're comfortable typing "I'm a rock star" in the subject line, then that's kind of like total, your vibe attracting your tribe. Like, you want the sort of people who feel comfortable in typing that and then just putting themselves forward in that way.
Yeah. I remember this is a strange one, but I remember when I was in New York setting up the office, I had an interview.
Yeah.
And I started the interview and I said to the person, I said, hey, tell us a bit about yourself. And then for literally 45 minutes, the person told me about them, didn't pause and ask me a single question or let me, and literally at the end I said, and then it was 45 minutes, like, well, that's our time. Thanks very much for coming in.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And I understand that, maybe you need to be pushed back and told not to speak, but, I think that goes to showing, can you listen and hear? I think that's always very good. Another thing I always tend to do is, during the middle of an interview, I'll just stop and hand over my computer and say, can you show me what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Like, literally just show me. And I look for, like, how they actually use the machine. Like, if they're like two finger sort of scrolling and picking out keys and, not using the 2-finger scroll or something, or, and just very awkwardly using their machine. Like, it kind of shows very quickly what kind of, skill level or way in which they interpret technology. And again, for us, we're looking for people who are internet natives. So, that tends to weed some people out.
Yep. Excellent. Okay. Some great BS Radar tips there. So just to recap, we had first one, which I love, was don't tell them the address. Have you ever had anyone not rock up or anyone go to the wrong address?
No, all the people that need to turn up.
Okay, that's good. So there was that one. There was the last one you just mentioned then, which was obviously get them to actually show you. You want to see how they operate on a laptop, on a computer, and actually look comfortable and look native. And there was one more in there. Sorry, Fred. It was
with the when you're applying for the job, you skip to the end and you
yes. Yep.
Attention to detail.
Attention to detail. Love it. Great tips. Thanks so much, Fred. If anyone has got any questions or comments about any of these, if you've applied for a job with Fred before and you've been caught up by one of these, I'd love to hear from you. Just pop a note in the comments below. You should follow Fred. He does great content. Are you just starting to get more active on LinkedIn? I'm seeing a fair bit more of you on there now.
Yeah, I think I feel very comfortable in the business environment, and I think I can share some ideas and tips and really help, particularly if you're in a struggle and you're really challenged and you need to be inspired. That tends to be what I'm good at.
Yep. Excellent. Well, yeah, jump on, follow Fred. He's great content, does a lot of speaking engagements and the like as well. But Fred, thanks so much for being on the BS Radar.
Thanks so much.
Cheers.